What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family, bringing you guys the latest update on the Dallas Cowboys. Give us just a second while we check our audio, and we'll jump right to it.
Yes, guys, let me start off with congratulating the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans. Not a good day all around. Guys, sorry for by the way, guys, sorry for the late start. My phone is completely dead. So I'm in the process of getting a new phone. Yeah. That was priority today, you know, outside of normal stuff. Audio's good. All right, yeah. So what's up, Thomas Garcia? How you doing? Yeah, it's just the screen.
Giant for life. What's up?
Died.
Thanks for joining us here, guys. Yes, guys. Unfortunately, the phone is dead. It is what it is, and we had a long day, but we are here, and we are bringing you guys all the Dallas Cowboy news. We wish it was better news. We do have some good news. Let's go ahead and kind of jump right to it, guys. So we are just kind of doing our news and discussion stream all at once.
Yeah, it's going to be a combo today, guys, just because it was a late start, and there's no time for the other one. But injury list, and again, I'm going to say hi for NYG for life, Thomas Garcia, Jared Jablonski.
Gaming Sports Highlight.
Yes, Jared Jablonski, that's the big news. Tyron Smith is expected to play. He was on the injury report as limited on a Monday. So again, this is like a Wednesday practice, and actually even more than that. So he was limited. That's great news. And then late came out that he is expected to play, barring any setbacks. He will be playing this week against the Chargers, against a very good defensive pass rush, and we're gonna need him badly.
Yes.
Badly to have a chance at all in this game as well, guys. They aren't as good as the Eagles, but they're not that bad. So keep that in mind. Now, of course, Sean Lee did not practice. Yeah. So he's not going to play this game.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those 3 games that he's going to be missing on top of the game that he just missed now, which was the Eagles. So I expect him to not be here for the Chargers game. Expect him to not be here for who do we play?
Oh, Redskins, in a week afterwards. Yeah. So don't expect them that then, but definitely don't expect them against the Chargers, guys. He did not practice. Now, in a full capacity, Jeff Swaim, who did play last game and actually made a couple good blocks, I will say. So he's a full at practice. He'll be there. He's still on the injury list. This will be the last week he's on if there's no setbacks.
Exactly. So he's back to full practice.
And Jeff Heath, guys, who was out and active last game. Out of the concussion protocol, he was full at practice. Expect him to be playing a role, probably starting this week, but eventually, playing a lot of mix and match coverages when it comes to Xavier Woods, even Kevon Frazier, even Awuzie, hopefully, which we didn't see much of him on Sunday night.
And just real quick, Chaz Jewell, thanks for joining us. Thomas Garcia. Let me see. I just want to catch up with a few very quick comments. We were watching the game until obviously right before we hopped onto the stream.
Yeah,
so
it was
crazy
31-23, I think it was last we saw.
Yeah,
entering the last 5 minutes, I guess, or so of the game. We as Cowboy fans are hoping the Seahawks win. That helps us because we control that game against the Seattle Seahawks, which could be a playoff situation if we're lucky again. Nobody here on this side of the camera is thinking that we're going to make the playoffs, guys.
Yes. So.
But you can't lay down and die. You got to keep trying. You never know. And let's see what happens. We had, up to halftime of yesterday's game, there was still a chance, guys. After playing horrible, we still were in that game, very much so. Yeah. We'll talk about all that later. Let me go back to the injury, guys. Because again, we're doing a mix here. We're doing a mix of our news,
our usual news stream, and our discussion stream.
Exactly, a news recap, and then our discussion stream. So we're gonna do the news stuff first, answer your questions a little bit here and there, but let's finish it up here, guys. Okay, so the rest of these guys were limited, which is usually good news, depending on the injury. But Dan Bailey, limited, guys.
Yeah, that's actually a good sign, guys.
He was kicking field goals yesterday. 55-yarders, 50-yarders consistently. You might see him playing this week against the Chargers. There's a chance. I'm not saying he's going to play, but there's a chance.
Like we said, if he does play, it's only going to be for field goals and extra points.
Right.
Mike Nugent would be there doing kickoffs.
Correct.
So we might see, again, both of them
You'll see both on the roster. Yeah. Somebody else inactive.
Manuel,
very
thanks
possible.
For joining us. Lionel, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you all. Malik Collins dealing with the foot. Same thing, guys, is going to be on a month here. We know the deal. He's going to be limited the whole week. But he'll be playing, and he does produce. Everybody needs to produce in general as the game continues. Again, we'll talk about that as the stream goes on. Then we have DeMarcus Lawrence, guys, with a shoulder injury. All right, he was injured yesterday with a shoulder. I don't know if that was the same one he had before, but I think this is he was limited at practice. The word is he's going to play. It's just, he's just a little ached up. It is a 3-day in between before games of 4 days. So it is a quick turnaround, guys. You got to take that in consideration when it comes to these injuries. And, of course, as you said, Tyron Smith, back groin. He was limited at practice, which is fantastic news. And as Jared Jablonski said already, Tyron Smith is going to play, is expected to play, and Dan Bailey, as he is saying as well, probably will play. Not 100% though on him yet. The word is looking good that he will be the kicker and field goals and extra points, but not kickoffs, like you said, fiance. Thank you for that. Now, guys, the only guy left on this list here, which is the big name that we were looking for, is Anthony Hitchens. Anthony Hitchens suffered a groin injury yesterday in the game, and he was questionable. He did not come back. So he was limited at practice, which is very, very, very good news. Trust me when I say very good news, because without him, pack it up, guys. Melvin Gordon, the San Diego Chargers running back, Ryan Leaf, it's just a matter of time, guys. It'll just be a matter of time. Again, like the Eagles, it'd be the same, similar things. Chargers might have a better pass defense.
But the good things about Hitchens is that they did do an MRI today, and they are reporting that he only has a very slight groin injury. So he is very hopeful and optimistic about playing this Thursday. Obviously, him being limited in practice, like you said, baby, is, a good thing, all things considered. Hopefully, this short turnaround, won't hurt him too badly, and he can continue to heal, rest up, practice as well, and be ready to go for that Chargers game.
And that's...
he's our run stopper, and again, the Chargers are, not a team to be messed with.
For sure, guys. They could have won a lot more than their record shows.
Yes. They had a lot of very close games, even though their record, obviously doesn't show that.
Yeah, so here's some quick stuff, guys. Oh, Falcons scored. Who scored Sports Highlights? If you could let me know, I saw.
Well, I think Seattle was the last one to have the ball.
No, Falcons scored a touchdown.
Falcons scored?
Yeah, they're winning 38-23. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll subscribe. Yeah, Thomas, I'll check it out too. I'll subscribe. Make sure you guys hit. By the way, we haven't said it yet. The usual thing. Hit like for the stream, guys. Don't forget. It helps the stream. Helps gain popularity in the searches and stuff.
And hit subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on when we go live.
Yes, thank you all, guys. No matter what team you cheer for, we have Falcon fans on here, Eagle fans, Giant fans, all kinds of fans from all over. And we accept all, as long as you're a true fan and you're not, this is family friendly, guys. Try to keep it that way as much as possible, even though yesterday, I apologize, I did slip a couple times. So guys, listen, here's some information I'm going to throw out there, which we would have done on our news stream. I'm going to just read it through here real quick. Bailey was, they spoke to him after the game. They didn't want to speculate that he was feeling good at the pregame of yesterday's Sunday night game. They said that Dan Bailey has a great opportunity to kick on Thursday. If both kickers would be active, as we said. I just want to reiterate that. Now, when it comes to Dak and his game, he did not have a very good game. He said his interception, boneheaded play, not a great play. He was trying to force it. He was trying to squeeze it in there and instead of taking the sure thing underneath, which is something that Dak, usually he's pretty good at, but there's a multitude of reasons why that happened. And I want to go into that as well. Dak did have a bad game. There's no.
At least he owned up to the fact that he made a dumb choice and a dumb mistake, and it cost him, unfortunately. So
yeah, I mean that's we're going to talk about the players first. Like players like Byron Bell who stepped in. I mean, he did the best he could.
He actually did pretty well, things considered.
Things considered. I mean, he did not do a good enough job to protect Dak. I mean, the fumble recovery by the Eagles, all these little, the fumble forced by the Eagles in the sack. I mean, it's just all these things. You just can't have that happen. That's why Tyron Smith will change the game. That game would have been a lot closer. We might have been able to maybe pull some points. Look, first quarter was badly reffed, but I'm not gonna. That's not the reason we lost, guys. The Eagles beat us up.
Baby, do you think that part of the reason Dak played so badly is because of the last game where he got sacked so many times, and without Tyron Smith there, he was just a little more hesitant, or again, just not as comfortable as he normally would be back behind his line. No,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I agree with you. That's the thing. I think it is a lot to do with him having to be worried about his blind side. Knowing that there's a possibility. Look, he stood in there and he took that one sack fumble where they stripped the ball out of his hands, the Eagles did, towards the end of the game. I mean, he just said, I'm going to do my best, and I have to have this time. And he was willing to take a hit. They stripped the ball, so at least he didn't get a big body hit. But those are the things, he's just doing his best. It's like we're doing our best right now, trying to give you guys as good news as possible. And I feel like Dak in a way, you know, like you're kind of trapped. You know, you're not going to do your best because your team's not doing the best, you know. And so when the Cowboys are faltering here, you can just see it on the field, the trickle-down effect. Again, Byron Bell cannot hold it the whole game. He did better than Chaz Green, but it's not NFL level in my caliber, in my opinion. They did, even though they said they weren't going to help, I did see Witten, sometimes Smith, even Morris out there helping at times, chipping that left side to help out Byron Bell, but he could not hold it the whole game, guys. And this is a breakdown, as we said multiple times, in a one specific part of the game, which I'm saving that because you all know what it is. I want to hold off as long as possible, so the explosion is felt better and more enjoyable because I can't wait to rail on this. On this, you get that metaphor, right? Okay, good. All right, so guys, in 2 games without Ezekiel Elliott, guys, think about this for our running game. 2 games without Zeke. Cowboys are averaging 110 yards per game and 4.6 yards per carry. Do you hear what I said? 110 yards per game rushing as a team. 4.6 yards per carry every time they run the ball on average. What I'm trying to say is that's supposed to make you win games, guys. That wins you games.
That's not
Zeke.
bad.
That's not Zeke. That's not even the offensive line. It's deeper than that, and we'll mention that in a minute. I'm holding out. Guys, Cowboys since 2014. Cowboys are 33-9 with Zeke or Tony Romo in the starting lineup. Remember that. Without either of them, so without Zeke and without Romo, Cowboys are 1-15. I don't know if you want to put much into that, but it just shows you that these are, Zeke is part of the reason, but not the entire reason why the Cowboys are losing. Romo was, a good reason why the Cowboys held in there.
A much bigger part of that because, again, without a quarterback, a team can't function.
Correct. So, and again, no knock against Dak at all. Yeah. But I'm just saying that, Dak has one of the best numbers in the first 26 games of a career of NFL history. So he's still right there at Wentz, although, again, Wentz, you could see him, he did very well yesterday in the sense of, not in the first half, he wasn't very good.
No.
But he did enough to bring that team to where it needed to be. Their defense is the reason why they're winning games. And
he did a good job of managing the team and managing the game as well.
And, guys, he escaped a couple times from some sacks that could have really been difference makers. Our guys missed. This has been a situation that's been going on, whether it's missed sacks, missed tackles. It's been a situation that's been – we've been talking about that pre-game. On Saturday we said that. So – those are the things, guys. So, we talked about Hitchens. Okay, he's expecting to play. Tyron Smith expects to play. Even Dan Bailey might play this game. So all these things are great signs. The only big hole will be Sean Lee, which we got to continue to. Again, I thought we looked okay for the first 2 quarters. But again, guys, let's go to what the main issue is on this team. Jump right into it. And that's coaching. All right. And the thing is,
we said it.
Yeah,
because again, a lot of Cowboys media, a lot of and football channels, all these other places, they won't say it. They'll say, oh yeah, the team did this and did that, and they might question 1 or 2 play calls or something, but other than that, no one's out there actually saying, the coaching staff is doing something wrong here. But guess what, guys? There's something wrong with the coaching staff. Jerry Jones declined to blame a lack of coaching adjustments for a blowout loss for the last 2 games, saying, this is Jerry Jones said, quote, for whatever reason, we're getting beat pretty good in the second half. So for whatever reason, I don't know why. There's nothing we can think of. Cowboys Vice President Stephen Jones, son of Jerry Jones, asked about the team's coaching staff on 103 The Fan. We like our staff. Obviously, it was the same staff that was in place last year. How does that make you feel, Cowboy Nation? I don't know. I feel you shaking over there, angry. I don't know. When I hear things like this, it really does bother me because, how much more can you dig your head in the sand and pretend that your staff doesn't have something to do with it? I mean, either they have no responsibility at all whatsoever, or they have at least some of it. So you have to admit that some of it falls on them. So that's it, and they're just completely absolving them of any blame whatsoever. So that really 100%. Bothers me there. So Jerry Jones asked about when he was asked about his confidence level in Jason Garrett. Quote, I haven't given it any thought. Don't interpret that as not having confidence. I just haven't given it a thought. Again, how do you feel about that, Cowboy Nation?
I don't like it. Doesn't sound good to me. That's a situation. That's a managerial situation from top to bottom. If I'm even higher than Jason Garrett,
It's your job to think of those things.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't know, that's how
according to the Cowboys website, the biggest issues for the Cowboys, it's got 7%. This is after like half a day of voting, guys, or whatever. Other is a reason. 13% was played better teams. Definitely they play better teams, and not the reason for the horrible play the last couple of weeks. Injuries, 28%, definitely have contributed.
So 28% of people think that injuries are one of the main reasons why the Cowboys have been struggling.
Over 50%, 51% of the people, and I want to make it 70% of the people. It should be 100%. Coaching. And I mean that right there, guys. I mean, again, every fan sees it. Every outside, Cowboys. Exactly. Center, the Star, Frisco, whatever. Outside of that little group of guys, even they see it, but they don't really want to report, guys. Their boss is Jerry Jones. Remember that. So coaching, you can't go against the king. All right. So when Brodus and Hellman and Eatman,
they can only say so much because at the end of the day, Jerry Jones cuts their checks, and I get it. ESPN,
ESPN, and NFL
has to live through that,
and ESPN and NFL, NFL Network, they glorify the media. They try to blow things up.
Yeah.
They always give you the sensational stuff. They give you the stuff that they want you to see. Look, the point is this: we're giving you what the facts are, and then we interpret them in our opinions, and we freely are saying that. We're trying to be as non-biased as possible, and hopefully it's translating well here through this channel, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new.
That's right.
And hit that notification bell.
So, and guys, I do want to go ahead and catch up with a few of the guys here in the chat. Give me just a second here, guys.
Yeah, okay.
We do still have quite a few. We
have one more commentary about one other.
With you guys here in the chat.
We're going to talk more about the coaching, but I also have a commentary on Des Bryant and his elite status. I want to discuss something, a very interesting article I read. I think Charles Robinson. I'm not really sure. I have to check into that, but I'm going to say here: Sports Highlights, Stronger King, Kurt, Hello Newman. DJ Crown J.
Yeah, so here
Thomas
we go.
Garcia, Ben, thank you for joining us.
So Andrew
Chaz,
DeCall,
Peanut.
thanks for joining us. Desmond Morris, thanks for joining us.
Desmond.
Peanut310, Sports Highlight, Chaz Jewell, Thomas Garcia, DJ Crown J, thanks for joining us. Hello Newman, Sports Highlight, Kurt McKelvey, Stronger King, Tampa Bay Gaming. Let me see, Lionel Messi, Jared. Let me see, Manuel Corona. Dallas Cowboy Forever Champion. New York Giant for Life. I know I shouted you out. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, every single one of you guys. So, let me catch up with a handful of your comments. So, what would you guys like to see take over as coach if Garrett were to go? I've already said Gruden earlier just because I do think he's one of the few guys who has that kind of
Bill Cowher type of toughness. Parcells, Jimmy Johnson.
What about the coach from the Rams?
Well, no, he's too young.
Too much.
The young guy from the Rams? Yeah. No, he won't be ready. He's staying. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
And
but I would say Harbaugh from Baltimore. People always call him out. I like that kind of coaching. He has a good player style, but he's also tough. He don't clap every time like a redheaded puppet.
Sports Highlight, thanks for the update. So Seahawks have scored a touchdown. The Cowboys need to lose every game so we get a better draft. Steve Scoggins, ha ha ha.
What's the score then?
How about them Cowboys? Thanks for joining us, and I will check the score.
Can't check anything, guys. My phone is dead. That was part of the delay of today in case you're joining us late.
Yeah. It's been a rough day.
If you want to donate, guys, that would help.
So DJ Crown J said Dak and Zeke happened last year.
When it rains, it pours.
Murray happened in 2014, not the coaches.
I'm going to tell you guys about Dez, though, this year, guys. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
But that's what DJ Crown J said. Dak and Zeke happened last year. Right. Dez, Romo, and Murray happened in 2014.
Nothing to do with the coaches.
Coaching had nothing to do with that. So these last two games had such a familiar feeling. Reminded me of watching Matt Castle. Hello, Newman said.
Cigar, Thomas. It's okay.
Let me see. Hey, fam. I don't know what to say. Love you guys. Let's keep our heads up. So, Kurt, we're trying to stay positive, but like I said, it's been a rough day. So
yeah, Cigar is an unwinding, rough day with the lost, with the basically the broken phone and the, just hearing all the information coming out of the Cowboys with their in denial, whether it's from Jerry Jones or the local Cowboy-centric media. It's all about, it's okay. Now, when you look at YouTubers out there and everybody else out there, the non-biased people, Dak is far from a bust, guys. You got to look at the blocking for him. You got to look at the game plan laid out by the coaches. It's a debacle from the coaching staff and the executives from top to bottom. Remember that.
Let me see. And I think it's too early to say much about Dak, guys. Again, you know, he's just starting. This is only him halfway through his sophomore year in the NFL, really.
Yeah, guys,
so
listen.
give him
last
time to.
Last year, Wentz, went through a lot of growing pains because he didn't have any weapons. This year, guess who doesn't have the weapons? And I'm sorry, but when you have a breakdown, with Tyron Smith at left side, when you have a breakdown when it comes to I don't want to say a breakdown, but Zeke, even though he's not the only reason, but he would obviously help Zeke and Dak and the entire team if he was out there. When you look at the drops by the receivers, maybe the age of Witten, these things are obviously things that are starting to be seen as loss of weapons for Dak. And also I think a lot of it is game planning, coaching, and just blown plays here and there. It starts to domino effect. And again, I think Dak's doing everything he can to kind of keep us afloat. Now, granted, and listen, I love Dak, but I called him out earlier in the year against, I think I don't know which game it was, the Rams, or in the beginning of the Rams game, I think. I was very upset with the way he was passing. And the thing I'm trying to say is that I love Dak. Dak is going to be as good as Wentz, and they're going to be neck and neck, I think, throughout the years. People are going to say, oh, look, now Dak's better. And they're going to say, oh, wait, no, look, now Wentz is better. And as every year passes, I think you're going to see that jump up and down. But I think the defenses they play against has a lot to do with it as well. Cowboys defense is not that highly ranked. You look at the Philly defense; they're number 1 against the run, and we still got 110. I think we averaged 110 in 2 games. But I think we had Morris almost had 100 yards on them. So what I'm trying to say is that with Zeke we might have had 110, 115. Maybe we would have been closer, but that defense was good, and we still did well with a broken line. With Dak being off. With Dez dropping some passes and some missed interference calls too.
Cowboys abroad, thanks for joining us here tonight. And then DJ Conrad said, CBs don't even fear Dez. Yeah, cornerbacks don't even fear Dez anymore, nor do they fear our running game. So you actually had some interesting info on Dez. So guys, I know there's been a lot of talk, a lot of debate, and even on this channel, especially on this channel, about is Dez still... Can we still consider Dez an elite receiver or not? And we've made the argument both ways, why we think he should be, why we think he shouldn't be, why, he's still the most elite receiver on this team, or at least he has the biggest target on his back.
Right. And here's the thing. Now, look, and Tommy Boy is right. Dez starts strong, then dies.
Yeah, and not just that, but
we see that consistently.
Inconsistent because sometimes he'll be in that same spot, and it'll be the same pass, and sometimes he'll make it, sometimes he won't. And guys, we can't
hits him in the hands.
Yeah, we can't afford a receiver that misses,
as an elite
25% of his.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. Listen.
I guess.
Here's the deal. Let me go to the beginning of this real quick. So here it is, guys. You cannot classify, in my opinion, Dez Bryant as an elite receiver in the NFL, even though he's getting elite money. It's already too late. It's done. We can complain all we want.
Can't take the money back.
Who's going to take that cap hit? Maybe there'll be a team out there we can trade him. I don't know, but he's not an elite receiver anymore. He's a very good player. Don't get us wrong. Now, when we say good, he's close to great. Great would be elite. So he's a good player. All right. Now here's the thing, guys. Let's think about this. Elite receivers don't go more than a year without a 100-yard game. Last time Dez Bryant broke that barrier was 17 regular season games ago. Where it was over a year ago, basically, guys, when he had 116 yards in a win over the Pittsburgh game. Bryant has got over 100 yards just 4 times in his last 34 regular season games, on a stretch that extends back to December of 2014.
Yeah.
Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett had no interest in taking such a big picture view after this loss. You know that. So, yeah, and how good that is, right? So let's narrow the scope, though. Bryant finished with 8 catches for 63 yards. His longest reception of the game last night was 17 yards. That came in the 4th quarter when the Cowboys were already down by 28 points. Bryant's last touchdown...
So it didn't even matter.
That's the point. Bryant's last touchdown came October 22nd. So the last touchdown he had was October 22nd against San Francisco after the bye. Cowboys were up 33-3 at halftime.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, at the time. They were up 33-3 when he scored.
Another pointless... touchdown.
Relatively pointless touchdown.
Obviously it helps, but it
wasn't a game breaker. Yeah. That's not a big play at meaningful moments. That's padding your stats. Blame all this lack of effort, or lack of rapport, I guess you could say, between Prescott and Dez Bryant if you want, but there's more work than that, though. It's not just the fact that they're off with each other, guys. Bryant dropped the pass on 3rd down on the team's first possession. You remember that, guys, when it should have probably been a pass interference call, but you could let those go. The thing is, they didn't let it go the other way.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. Let's not complain about that. But that play, he still hit his hands.
Exactly.
Still should have had it. He dropped that pass. We had to kick a field goal. He dropped another, which we made. He dropped another pass in the second half, giving him 8 drops for the season, guys. That leads the Dallas Cowboys. 8 drops. How often do you see Des Bryant burn any defenses, guys? Like, meaning deep, okay?
Not really.
How many plays has he made down the field this year? His biggest plays often come when he gets a pass interference call. Much of his work has been regulated to bubble screens, little screens, short, quick passes, and slants that he's unable to break for big yardage. You guys saw it yesterday at Derby. He stopped him twice, I think, on those quick bubble screens, those quick pass outs in the flats, and he just took it, and he got tackled by that one guy he needed to beat to get that touchdown. An elite receiver would be able to break down and get a touchdown. Sorry, and I said that last night during the stream, so you can go back and listen. Opponents have held Des Bryant below 60 yards receiving in 6 of the team's 10 games this season. Not very good for an elite receiver, right? There were 50 players in the NFL with more receiving yards than Des Bryant last year. 50 guys more than him last year with more receiving yards.
Yeah.
And he was injured, so take that into consideration. But still, that's still not good. Pittsburgh Antonio Bryant has 485 more receiving yards than Des Bryant so far this season. Des Bryant has 2 multi-touchdown games since the start of 2015. So do you want to throw up this X?
I don't know.
There's not much for him. Exactly. That's the new X, guys, because unfortunately there's not much X throwing up by Des Bryant or the Cowboys offense to celebrate so far these last couple games. I mean, let's just be real about things, guys. And that's really what I wanted. That was a great article. I paraphrased it. It wasn't direct, but I just wanted to, make sure I got that out there because I thought it was interesting to see. I think the issues lie with people like, with Dez that cannot be the elite receiver that they're paying him for. With the broken offensive line, especially the left tackle situation. Cooper can handle it when you got Tyron Smith in there. When you don't have Zeke, that's another hit to our team, no matter how we look at it. It's a hit, but it's a surmountable hit. You see, but when all 3 things happen, that's not surmountable. We have to have Tyron Smith and Des Bryant making the catches, and we can win every game, guys. We can still do it with our offensive line intact. And any of those 3 guys, and I'm going to add 3 because Darren McFadden's back there, and I don't know why they made him inactive, but any of those 3 guys can handle the load back there. And I think you saw from both guys last night. So,
So DJ Crown J said it. I've never seen a coach so happy about losing. So, So this is Dallas Cowboys live stream, not a free. So let me see.
What was that?
You're
Dallas
right,
live stream?
Jason is Jerry's red-headed puppet, said Manuel. So, and then let me see. My Cowboys family, we need new wide receivers. Said, how about them Cowboys? So, and Chaz Jewell said, Jason's here to stay. He's a yes man, doesn't have control.
That's both those. I don't know if we need new receivers, but we have. You saw Noah Brown yesterday. I mean, he looked good. He looked like you thought it was Des Bryant for a second.
Yeah.
He looked like a younger, quicker Des Bryant.
Go Des, and then you were just saying, no, that's Noah Brown. I'm like, oh wait.
And that's what I'm saying is that you can see, T. Will dropped passes too. I mean, these are 2 starters, guys, and Beasley. Got a good defensive play against him, and he had 2 catches for the game. They're doubling him. So, guys, you take Dez out, and you take T. Will out. Now you got Bryce Butler, who made a good catch, even though it was late in the game. You got Bryce Butler, and you have Noah Brown. So, I mean, I'm just saying, and you even have Switzer in there to be able to go in there with Beasley when needed, when you need another quick slot guy. You got 4 guys if you lose those 2. Now, 4 years, $4 million a year for Terrence Williams. Mistake by the staff to sign him to that. Des Bryant with that huge contract, who's going to take him on a trade? So these 2 things are big deals when you think about Dak and Zeke having to sign in a couple years. And that's upcoming. So you're going to get rid of Des in 3 years, 4 years from now. It's too late. Nobody's going to want him, especially with that contract. So I don't know, guys. I'm just throwing this out there. Let me know what you think. How about them Cowboys? Throw down the X. Exactly. No, Xavier Woods, baby. DJ Crown J, yeah, exactly. Desmond Morris, we some more head bust on defense. I agree. I like Xavier Woods, though. I wish we would have seen more Awuzia yesterday, guys. I like Jordan Lewis. I mean, these are young guys. We knew this was going to happen. We need the front 4 to get in there, disrupt stuff. And, it's going too fast, guys. I'm sorry. Monty, it's Monty. How you doing? Des Bryant, Alfred Morris fans. I wouldn't start them weekly, although my fiance did in our other league. She started Alfred Morris. He did pretty good. I think he almost got 10 points. Listen, one and done. It's not excuses. These are facts. What's the excuses? These are facts. That's why we suck, and it's mainly to do with the coaching. There's reasons why teams stink, guys. Sometimes it's front office. Sometimes it's just on the players. Sometimes it's a combination of things. This, in some ways, it is for the Cowboys, but at the same time, in the end, it's been a consistent issue with the Jason Garrett era and with his time at the helm. Yeah, I agree. He has to be reevaluated for sure. Corona. DJ Crown J, we're not missing Lucky Whitehead. DJ Crown J. You saw Switzer had probably definitely his best game of the season yesterday, without question. He's getting better every week. Give it time, guys. He's got not any superstars right away. He's a 4th rounder. He will be good. Thank you, David Williams. Dak does not suck. He had a very bad game, and your guys' defense is very good. Last year, our defense wasn't good, so Wentz was probably able to show better, obviously, than Dak did against your guys' defense. No excuses, just a fact. You guys have a good defense. It's plain and simple. For sure, he's innocent. No evidence. Hard hitter, yes. How about them Cowboys? How about Xavier Woods throwing up the X? Please explain.
No, it's just we throw up the X for
we
Xavier
do
Woods
it
for Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods, guy. That's
he's been balling.
Yeah. How about the Cowboys? Come on.
Yeah. One of the rookies who's shown out this year.
And exactly.
He's been put in a tough position, and he's doing all right.
Tommy Boy says it. 69 says it. I know Noah Brown is really young, but when you get them mixed up, then you know Dez is trash. And I don't want to say he's trash, but he's definitely not an elite receiver. I never said he's trash. In that whole thing, I said that he's good. He's a good player. He's a good receiver. Is he an elite receiver? No. Should be getting paid this money? No. Will anybody take this money in the trade? Take on this hit on the salary cap? Yeah. The answer is probably no. I would love to see someone says yes, because I think it might be worth taking a chance on a trade. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. One and done. We're not missing anyone. The team is average at best. Going to be some long seasons coming up. See, one and done. I think you're wrong about that when you talk about the Cowboys, because Sean Lee, again, if he keeps getting hurt, then in that sense, we're in trouble. But I'm just saying that I think that we have when you see our team together as one, even with the poor coaching, you see the dominance there. You see the ability to win games based on your offense. And even though the defense is not a top defense, even an average defense, but when you have the lead and you control the game like we did last season, which we would be doing this season, I think, if we had like Ron Leary from the start or Doug Free. These are big missing pieces now. We look back and we see it, although Collins is doing fantastic. And I'm sorry, Collins and both Collinses, right? Oh, Cooper and Collins are doing fantastic in their roles. It's just when you lose one of the main 3 guys, it all breaks down from there. Yeah. So we're not really missing that. We're missing a couple guys that are big deals to our team.
So, and Thomas, thanks for joining us here tonight. Have a good night. Let me see. So, Holloway is Dez washed, and then Andrew DeCall. We need to start hitting on our defensive draft picks, especially in the secondary. Again,
guys, these three of the 4 guys yesterday playing out there in the secondary are rookies. One of them is a second-year guy, Anthony Brown.
The Dallas Cowboys forever champion said Anthony Brown is struggling this year. He's giving up so many big plays. It's not even funny.
I agree.
And then DJ Crown J, Dez can only catch in the slot now. When he does catch it, there's no payoff.
My point is that if he's going to do that, then put him more in the slot and let him be the inside big body then. I mean, they got to use him to his strengths. And that's again, Dez is dropping passes. That's on Dez. That's not coaching. That's Dez. Yeah. But the coaching is not putting him in the best situations to take advantage of his size, of his strength.
Exactly.
Going deep and not doing anything with that. Exactly. He's not being effective right now. 100%, baby. For sure. So, I mean, how old is Dez? I don't know. How old is he? He's
27 or 28,
no,
I think.
Is he? I thought he'd be older than that. But all right, either way.
I'll double check that in just a second here. Let me see.
I don't know if Dez goes to another team, it does fantastic. And again, more of this attributed to the coaching. As soon as, we had Jason Garrett step in a couple years later, we got rid of Ware because DeMarcus Ware did not fit what Jason Garrett and the coaching staff, which was Wade Phillips at the time. When they switched it over to a 4-3, it took DeMarcus Ware's position kind of out of the mix. We got rid of him. He's doing fantastic. He did fantastic in Denver. They won a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, with Wade Phillips.
Guys, Dez is 29. His birthday just passed about 2 weeks ago on November 4th.
So same day. So he's not 29. Year, but same day as Switzer.
Yeah, so he's 29.
29. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot of things that have to what's the score in that game? Let's see what happened.
Yeah, guys. So right now it looks like there's 7 seconds left.
Really?
Yeah, wow. 7 seconds left, and the Seahawks.
Sorry, guys.
Have the ball, and it's 2nd and 10 on Atlanta's 35.
I gotta see this.
Let's see 5.
So then that's 9, basically, almost 8.5. Is there any returns? Let me see something. Let me see the return.
Let me see.
Nobody. Okay.
All right, guys. Sorry, real quick, fantasy football check. Seattle? Yes, Seattle. Oh, look, Falcons have the ball with 2 seconds left.
Game's over. Falcons won, guys. Falcons won 34-31 final. That helps the Cowboys in a very minimal way, in a sense that we still have to play the
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. And I guess, does that really help us, though? Now I'm thinking about it. Because...
Well, we lost to the...
Right,
no,
the Falcons
we did. We lose.
Yeah, so the Falcons... So right now, they actually flip-flop with the... So actually, that's worse for us. Either way.
Either way, it sucks, but...
You can't control it anymore, guys, because you know what? See this right here? We want 6, guys. We want 6. You know what we want 6 of? We want 6 wins. All right? We got 5-5 right now. We need our 6th win.
Yes.
Let's get it on this Thanksgiving against the LA Chargers, guys. We want 6. Now, this really means Super Bowls, guys. And again, most fans out there for their teams, most of them, and I'm going to specify the Philadelphia Eagles, midseason champions, no trophies for that. The Eagle fans out there, they don't understand 6. You know, it's not just 6 victories or 6 division championships. We are like 30, something like that, for division champions. That's secondary. We want to get in the playoffs. We would love to get in the playoffs, but being realistic, we're far from it this season with all the situations that are going on, with Zeke gone, with the injuries, with a defensive leader and Captain Sean Lee, with their injury to Tyron Smith already has hurt us 2 weeks in a row and almost destroyed Dak's career single-handedly. We need him back. We need him back full time. We need him back finishing the season. We have to win basically all 6 games to end up 11-5. Then we might have a chance to get in the playoffs.
Exactly. So
it's an uphill battle, guys. Bad uphill battle.
Let's take this one day, one game at a time, guys.
For sure. Let's get some more questions, guys, before we log off. It's been a long day. We hope that you guys are enjoying this. And if you are, please, and you're watching, hit that like button, guys. And make sure you hit subscribe. Keep pumping us up. We're almost at 900. Trying to keep going, get to 1,000, get the super chat going. And then we're going to do some real cool stuff on here when we get to that level, I guess you can say. Among other things, guys, our kids are doing flag football. It's going to be fun. So any good questions? Any good comments?
Let's see. So my Cowboys family... Coaching and Seahawks coaching staff is bad. So how about them Cowboys? And again, you know, it goes to show you, you know, how your coaching staff can make you lose a game. So just the game-time decisions.
Yeah, I do remember that fake field goal they did in the first quarter. That cost you later on in the game.
They lost by 3, so there you go. Let's see. And then Richard Sherman's hurt. Sean Lee, linebacker, is best in the game. So, yeah, guys, with them, they have Richard Sherman hurt. They have... who's the other guy that's hurt?
Averill, linebacker Averill, and also Averill, and also Cam Chancellor gone.
So, and guys, that's, you know,
neck injury,
those are key parts of their defense there. So, let me see. How about them Cowboys? Pete Carroll should have just kicked the field goal in first half. So there you go. Yeah, just what you said.
Yeah, listen.
Holloway, we're not scared of Wentz.
Yeah, no, listen. It's not about. I think Wentz is a good quarterback. He's going to be one of the elite quarterbacks
we're not scared of him.
Dak. No, yeah, exactly. I think the Cowboys played him. You don't think that the Cowboys played him pretty well that first half? Let's know what your true breakdown about your own Eagles in that first half was. You know, losing to the Cowboys, and we couldn't get in. Your defense played fantastic. It kept you guys in that game, so you wouldn't be down 21-7, which is what it should have been if the Cowboys, you know, maybe made the catches by Dez.
Yeah.
Maybe there was better play calling by Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan. You know, and you know, the Cowboys could have made those extra little plays. Again, things that you will see missing because of Zeke, but also things that should be done, like Dez's interception, his catch. And also, guys, remember the interception by Dak wasn't his fault. 2 of the 3 were not his fault. He still
the receiver bobbled them.
Yeah, he still was making some bad decisions. Made his one deep one to that was deep, that was intercepted to Dez. Yeah, it was just a bad decision by him. He should have went short. He admitted that, but the other 2 are not his fault. These guys, Hannah has to make the catch. Of course, Dez has to make the catch. When that doesn't happen, guys, it's going to be, what can you ask for from, what more can you ask for from Dak? He had his body on a play or 2 running the ball. He did some great fakes. He's still very smart out there doing the right thing. But again, when he's under pressure, and like you said, he's thinking about that blind side. The blocking was starting to break down in the second half. What can you do? What can you do? Just stand back there, take the hit, and keep going for, you know, doing the best you can.
Pretty much.
Sorry, Michael Cambria. We're the Cowboys, and trust me, you Eagles didn't win anything yet. No trophies or anything if that's your team. If not, it doesn't matter. Not many teams have 6 unless you're a Steeler fan. You really can't talk much. And you know, we're going for 6. So maybe not this year. 6 wins for sure, but we're gonna go for it. But I don't know about 6 championships this year, but you know, soon. If we get the right coach in there.
So, and then SCNL, thanks for joining us here tonight. And then Andrew says, man, the Cowboys better beat the Chargers. I want my turkey day to be good.
I hope so, too.
Yes,
we'll be here with you guys for that game. You want to switch us on while the game is on, guys? I don't know if you'll be eating or not. But we will. We'll be watching, reacting, and hoping our Cowboys can still save something in this season and making it exciting.
Somehow.
Yeah, making it exciting down the stretch. I mean, the probability is probably 5% chance we make the playoffs. So we have to win at least 5 of these games, maybe probably 6 of them, to have a chance to make the playoffs. So, starts with the Chargers. Let's hope for the best. We still have to miss Zeke with the Chargers. We miss Zeke with Washington, the Giants, and Oakland. And again, it's not on Zeke. We had some good running games, averaging 110 yards a game, guys, rushing. Yeah. Almost 5 yards a carry rushing. And yet the Cowboys coaching staff go away from the run early in the game. We ran twice with Morris, and then we were driving down the field, and then we threw the ball 3. I was 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3. We threw the ball 3rd and 3. It was an obvious running play. It's predictable. You run and you run and you run again with a 3 set tight end set. And there really not many teams can stop that, even if they know it's coming. And that's the key. Garrett's getting cute, wants to pass on 2nd down and short. Then now you're in a situation where the defense kind of knows what you're going to do. They see your lineup. They've seen this in film. And they just keep doing the same mistake over and over and over again. And it's so frustrating to watch. Changes. We know what's happening. We call it the whole game. And if we know it, that means the Eagle defense, top-ranked defense, top-ranked run defense. Of course they're gonna know it, guys. They're 9-1. They're not 9-1 for no reason, So.
All right, guys. Well, let's catch up with a few more of your comments.
Yes,
before we head
Terry
out
Glenn,
here.
David Williams. Forgot to mention Terry Glenn passed away today. Died car accident, I guess, last night today. Number 83 from Dallas Cowboys. He started with the Patriots. He was another. Who else was he on? He was on another team as well. I forgot, but he came to the Cowboys when we had Bledsoe. And I think even Romo might have been. I'm not sure if Romo was with him, but we had Terry Glenn on the team. He's a great player, receiver. I wish we had someone like him right now on the team. But, man, it was a car accident. Nobody really knows what happened. His fiancée was in the car with him. They flipped the car. He was ejected. He got killed. She was in, intensive care as well.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Well, hopefully she's recovering and doing all right. But, guys,
we
wish, all of our thoughts.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Out with him
and yes, Rico Gathers. On another note, we're going to see what happens this week. He's obviously not going to play this week. Mm-hmm. I think they have till the Redskin game to make a decision on Rico. So expect to see him more in the next 10 days, next 7 days to evaluate him between the Charger and Redskin game and make a final call on him. I predict he'll probably be IR'd for the season. Yeah. Although if the season is getting lost like this, we might throw him in there and see what he can do. Why not? If he can play from his and rebound from that concussion.
I guess so, but I don't know. They might not risk him possibly getting hurt again. But
well, we know who we will see out there. Will be maybe. I'm not gonna say. I say Dan Bailey's probably the least out of these 3 names that we'll see out there. Sean Lee's out.
Yeah.
But you'll probably see maybe okay. Let's do this. You'll definitely see Tyron Smith without setbacks. You're gonna see him playing against the Chargers on Thanksgiving without any setbacks for sure. You're gonna see Anthony Hitchens playing out there with his groin injury. He's playing. All right, guys, if there's no setbacks for him. Yeah. And, guys, also, Dan Bailey might be doing kicks and extra points. Field goals and extra points for us, but kickoffs will be Mike Nugent. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I want Bailey to hit field goals. That's what we want in there, and we need them. So let's hope this Thanksgiving will bring us these 3 guys back into the mix, and then maybe Sean Lee against the Redskins the week after that. Maybe. We hope. Let's hope. If not, it'll be the Giants 10 days after that one. So
that's right, guys.
And we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, it's that's it. I don't know. Training for Wentz, it really would have been what for? I wouldn't trade Dak for Wentz. Not the way our offense is built. See, our offense is built for a Dak quarterback when we have a healthy offensive line.
Yeah.
And we can do stuff with Zeke, with McFadden, and we can do stuff with Morris. You know what I'm saying? So we're fine. It's just when we are missing one of our key pieces, it breaks down, guys.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Let's go ahead and catch up with a few more of your comments here before we log off. Let me see. And guys, if you are just joining us here for the first time, make sure to hit like on our stream. It really does help out our channel. And hit subscribe if you haven't already. We post daily content on the Dallas Cowboys. And we post a reaction to every single Cowboy game. So make sure to hit that notification bell too. And you don't miss any updates on when we go live.
Yes, for sure, guys. For sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's everything. I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything, guys.
So, a lot of you guys are pretty much saying a lot of stuff, that we said. And you caught up on everything, baby. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And thank you for being patient with us as we get my fiance's phone situation.
Repaired, hopefully, sooner than later.
All squared away, guys. So, you know, hopefully we'll get that fixed, like you said, sooner rather than later, and we'll be able to provide you guys with the high quality content.
Yeah, I won't be able to go live, so if there's any breaking news, it'll be my fiance. Will do it for us, guys.
We'll figure it out, guys. Well, don't worry. We'll make sure to get all the news out to you guys, especially on this short week. So make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates.
Yeah. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't yet. You're new. We're almost at 1,000, guys. 1K. We can't wait. Right. And make sure you hit like for the stream. Yes, for sure, guys. And you know, we'll be doing another live stream tomorrow. We'll try to do the news recap. Hopefully, we'll have more information and news. Like you said, a short week. This is the San Diego Chargers on our very special Thanksgiving Cowboy game we played every year, guys, and you know it's a tradition. So let's hope the Cowboys can get a victory here this Thursday evening / late afternoon evening against the San Diego Chargers, against the LA Chargers. I keep making that mistake. I'm going to continue to make that mistake against the LA Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, who are a pretty good a very good defensive team and a decent all-around team, guys. Don't let their 4 wins fool you, because we only have 5 and we want 6. So let's see if we get it, guys. All right. Thank you for joining us, guys. Much appreciated for the love and content that you guys talk about here. Bring up some great questions. We love answering them.
Thank you so much for being a part of, you know, our stream and hanging out with us here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us for mixing. You know, we mixed our streams today, guys. A discussion stream with the news stream. So you got to get all your news here in this 45-minute package. I hope you guys enjoy it, guys. And just a reminder, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and never forget. I don't care what our record is, 5-5, whatever. We can go 5-11. You know what's most important, guys? You stick with your team forever. The star, Dallas Cowboys, forever, guys. Win, lose, or draw. You know, nice, beautiful, or ugly. Okay.
Very ugly.
Yeah. So let's roll it, guys. It doesn't matter. We want 6 wins, and we eventually want 6 trophies and more. So never forget, guys. Ever forget. Go Cowboys!
We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Good night.
Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Stay safe.
Go Cowboys.